Okay, hello again. Um, so today I'm going to begin actually working on the painting. Um, there's a few things I want to get out of the way first. Materials. Materials are very important. The amount of money that you pay for the materials will uh, quite easily tell you how much quality you can get from those materials. Uh, But with anything, you can, again, especially with watercolors, you can paint quite easily with anything. So I'm not quite prepared for this, but um, I guess I can start off with brushes. So let's take a look. Oh, they're down here. Let's get my brushes. You're over there. There they are. Okay. So there are synthetic brushes, like this one. Synthetic bristles. And then you have your natural bristle brushes. The Winsor Newton Series 7 are quite fine brushes. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what I'll be using. I'll be using some Winsor Newtons, some natural brushes, natural bristle brushes. Let's see, so I've got my number 4, miniature number 7. And I have quite a collection of these brushes that I've built up over the years. So it's a good idea to kind of have a wide variety. I'm actually going to need to find my other ones. They're somewhere around here. That's the thing about having a large collection of art supplies is that you use them here, you lose them. Well, I do anyways. So, where could they be? Maybe here. Nope, not in here. I'm sure they'll show up eventually, but for now, I'm just going to start off with some of the synthetic ones, I guess. I'll just use this one for the wash. And this flat shader. And I actually just got one of these from the, what is it called? Art box subscription thing. It's a Liquitex flat brush, so I might use this for the wash. But I'm not even there yet, so let's go ahead and take a look at my paints. I'm going to be using a wide variety of paints, actually. I'm going to try to limit my palette to, as you can see, we've got a few different hues. We're going to need to get some of those darker values as well, some of the lighter values, some of the skin tones, and of course some cool colors for the background and this part of the foreground, and our warmer colors here. I don't know if you can tell from the picture here, but we have the glasses. The glasses are a very deep mahogany. It goes a little bit light. We can see a little bit of the detail in the eye through there. So we'll be working with as much as I have available. But again, I'm going to try to keep a simple palette. I'm going to simplify it down to probably 1 cool color and 3 to 4 warm colors for the skin and the hair and the glasses. So let's take a look at what we have, shall we? So as I said before, this is going to be edited down to a video. But let me just grab my handful of paints from the bucket over here. So as well as with brushes, the quality of the paint is going to be very important. I think this is all the watercolors that I have actually. I have a variety of different lines here. We've got these Cotman watercolor. They're Winsor Newton, but they're the student grade Winsor Newton. So I don't even know that they make these anymore. I bought these back when I was still in school. So you might not be able to find these. These are Cotman watercolor. These are Grumbacher Academy, again, student quality brushes, or not brushes, paints. These are the Academy line of the Grumbacher Artist Watercolor. So there's some Grumbacher right here. Looks like I have quite a few of those. Cotman. I have a little bit of this white Winsor Newton designer gouache. This is for adding highlights. I'm not going to use this opaque gouache for anything else besides any last little highlight, perhaps. Where did the reference go? I swear, I keep losing everything. Here it is. Perhaps a little bit for the final touches along the highlights of the glasses. Really, that's the only place that I can think of using some of this. I'm going to try to have the lightness of the paper be the highlights on the skin. So, let me put this here so I don't lose it again. Okay, so that's that. Then there's the Winsor Newton Artist Grade watercolor paints. This is, again, I don't know if you can tell. It's hard to get it lined up. Anyway, so this is the Artist Color Winsor Newton line. I think these are excellent paints. I don't know when this Van Gogh showed up. It just kind of appeared. I'm going to put this over here if I need it. It's actually quinacridone rose, so I might not even need that. So here we go. We've got some Cotman. And finally, my favorite brand of paint and pigments. This is Holbein. This is their watercolor. This is from a little sample set that I got. So they have, I don't know why I like these the best. Probably because they're made in Japan. But these are excellent pigments. I recommend these. I also recommend the Winsor Newton. And if you're just starting out and want something inexpensive, I recommend using the Cotman watercolors, which I don't know if they make or not, so the Grumbacher is a good alternative to that. So now it comes time to actually start choosing the colors that we're going to be needing. Sorry about the camera shake. I have it mounted onto a lamp that is connected to the table, so every time that I make a slight move, it all starts the earthquake around. Anyways, where was I? Yes, let's start picking out the pigments that we are going to be using. As I said, I'm going to start out with a very cool color for the jacket. Using that same cool blue color, I think we can mix some of the warm colors into it to get the variety of hues and shades that we have here in the background. We don't want it to be too saturated. Again, we want to send it into the background. Because this is the foreground, we're going to have a little bit more saturation, a little bit more value here, a little bit less value technically. We're going to be making it a little bit darker, making it pop forward. We want to make it pop forward. So with watercolors, we're going to work in lots of layers. The thing about watercolor to remember is that you want to be very patient. You don't want to rush. You don't want to say, okay, let's just go ahead and paint everywhere. No, let it dry between layers. Let it go ahead and dry before you add your next layer. And we'll be going over some techniques that I have learned and that I think are useful for something like a portrait. So let me put this back down over here. What was I going to do? Oh yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a scrap piece of paper. This is actually not quite a scratch piece of paper. This is a sketchbook. If you have these available in your hometown, these are Aquabee Super Deluxe sketchbooks. These are great. These are great. The paper is a little bit heavier than most, so you can actually use this for drawing. You can use it for wet media, dry media, of course. And it's got a very excellent tooth on the paper. I like it. It's very nice texture. So I highly recommend these. It's a Aquabee, made by B Paper up in Oregon, I believe. I don't know where in Oregon, but I just remember that it's made in Oregon. Anyways, so let's go ahead and move on. It's a birthday card to make. Okay. Anyway, so let's take a look. I'm just going to use one of these sheets. I'm just going to use this. The other thing I need is some water, so because we can't watercolor without water. So hold on a few minutes. I'll be right back. Just hanging out, hanging out, hanging out. Hi, baby. Okay, so I've got some water here. Palettes. I don't remember what I have in this palette, so let's take a look. Let's take a look. I think these are washes. But I could use this side. Let me see what I have in the other one. I'll just go ahead and use this one for now. But the one thing, hold on just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this one for now. I'm not gonna start the paintings yet. Actually, let me get these out of the way so that they don't get messy. I am, however, going to get my palette going. So let me suppose that this. So let's see. First thing I need to do is I need to analyze the colors. Analyze like a robot. I've got a very deep dark blue through here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a hue by itself here. Actually, Prussian blue might be perfect for this. It's a denim jacket. I don't know if you can tell the denim jacket here. And Prussian blue is a very nice, deep, dark blue. So Prussian blue, I'm going to choose. I choose you, Prussian blue. Let's see. The warm colors. So skin tones are a little bit complex because our skin is made up of a variety of different pigments. Light actually hits our skin scatters within our skin and kind of gives us, we're not transparent, but we are translucent. We're a little bit translucent, and so whenever, you've probably done this before, you take a flashlight, you put your hands in it, go like this, you can see a little bit of the light going through the webbing of your fingers. I don't know if you did this when you were a little kid too, but if you take a flashlight, put it in your mouth, your cheeks will glow. That's because, again, we've got very thin skin, so light does go through it, bounces around, reflects out of it, and kind of gives us a little bit of a glow. So we do have a wide variety of different colors that we are going to possibly need. To get us started with, I'm going to pick my base warm color. And for this, I think I'm actually going to pick this cadmium, no, not lemon. I want cad lemon. Permanent yellow, I think, is a little bit too dark for our purposes. Actually, that's not bad. We'll go with this. I'll try to keep my colors within the same line. These high quality Holbein watercolors. Vermilion, I think we might find quite useful as well. It's a little bit on the very warm side, so might use a little bit of this. I'll put that there. But then I'm going to go with this burnt umber. Let's take a look at this one as well. Okay, so I'm going to go with these kind of earthier tones as well, Crimson Lake and Burnt Umber. So I've narrowed down my palette to 5 different colors. My blue, my cool color is going to be Prussian blue, which I can mix again with any of these other colors to get the wide variety and depth of skin tones that we have. I'm going to be using permanent yellow light. I'm going to be using burnt umber, crimson lake, and vermilion. So before I get started, however, this is a very low quality printout, so I might need to make another copy, but I also have the digital photo, which is what I got this from, which will have more vibrant colors. But again, I don't always have to stick with the reference at 100%. As an artist, I am free to change and to, again, moving the table, I am free to change and to adjust. And with this, I really want to make a personal portrait. Hold on, let me let the cat in. Come in, Kitty. Come in, come in. Okay. So Kitty's gonna hang out with us while we work, which is great. I would like the company, but now she wants out. Never can tell with cats. So, as I said, this is going to be edited down, so if you're watching right now, there's one person watching right now. Hello, thank you for watching. But if you are watching this later, you won't see me say this because it's going to be edited out. Again, I'm just kind of streaming, doing this for fun. I'm doing this for my students, doing it for a friend. So I hope that you will enjoy this. So again, I'm going to just relax, have a little bit of tea. This is Tazo Calm. It's a chamomile blend, I believe, with maybe a little bit of mint in it, and it has a little bit of a minty type of aftertaste. Also, I don't know how well the camera's picking me up. I mean, I can see myself, but I mean, I don't know how well the microphone is picking me up. So if you're watching this, could you let me know in the chat if you can hear me? If you can't hear me, I will adjust the settings, but I can't tell. So, actually, let me try this. There's a little bit of a lag. The microphone is picking me up. So if you're watching, oh, that sounds great. Don't worry about it. It sounds great. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Let's see. Kitty. What is it, kitty? What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay. So as I said, I'm going to be testing out these colors first so that I make sure that I'm getting the right consistency, the right amount of pigment, the right amount of each of the different pigments mixed together. Let me move these out of the way so as to not confuse myself, because I confuse myself quite often. So, away with the, actually these go in this in the watercolor drawer. Well, they're going up here for now because I need to separate some of those out of the different drawers they're in. Okay. What do I do with the other half? Don't need that. Good. I do, however, need a little basin, something to keep water in. And I know I have jars around here somewhere. Exactly where, I do not know. Be right back. Kitty, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back. Go back to your spot. Kitty, you're gonna want in again in a little bit. Oh. Okay. Alright, so Kitty went out again. Maybe she'll be back. Maybe she won't. But okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna keep this little box up here for now. So you can see a jar of water. Let me take a little bit of tape. Don't need the tape on these drawings anymore. We've made our transfers, so we're good to go. I am going to take this here for now. And that way you can see it, I can see the colors I'll be needing. Okay, so let me adjust the camera for this part now. Kitty wants back. Come in, Kitty. Kitty, come in. Okay, let's see. Let's push this back a bit. Get off of that. This way. Up. Okay. So let me go ahead and just get started. So I'm going to be using this brush. It's a number 12 flat Princeton art brush. So I got a little bit of water here. Kitty, I'm working right now. Just put some of the water there. Let's take a look first at our Prussian blue, since this is the the first thing that I'm going to be, no, it's not going to be the first thing I'm going to be painting on, but it's the first thing that I see. This big area of blue. If I can get this open, it'll be great. But I might need to use tools. There we go. Let's just put a little dab of that right there. And already I think that's going to be a great color for this. So whenever you work with watercolors, the thing you want to remember is that work lightly in thin layers. I need a little bit more water. And so I'm going to show you my process. And it's a process that I've learned from some very good artists, mentors, teachers. So starting out with this color, it looks pretty good. I'm just going to make a line going across my paper like this. What I'm going to do with this actually is get a little bit of the color on there and then see what happens as I add more and more layers on top of it. Kitty, what are you doing? So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to, so this is why you might need multiple jars, because you don't want to contaminate the color that you have there with the other colors. So I'm actually going to find another jar. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my second jar. This is going to be my cleaning jar. Let's add some water to that one. There we go. Let's have some tea. Warm and delicious. Now I will warn you, if a cat jumps on your table, stop what you're doing, because working with a cat on the table is a very tricky thing. Kitty, do not eat the paint. Don't eat the brushes. Okay. So Kitty, jump off. Jump off, go back to the other table. Or jump on my lap. Come on. Come on. There she goes. She just wanted to see what was going on. Okay, so cleaning brush, cleaning brush, cleaning brush. Okay, this one is due for a cleaning as well. Looks like it's a little stained. Okay, so now we've got a wide variety of different hues and tones that we're going to need for the face. So as I'm looking at this, I'm going to be like a professor. I can see these earthier browns up here. So it's very earthy. We've got some dark areas. We do have some good colors for this section right here. Some of these areas in the hair actually have some of the blue light reflected up in here. and in here, so we're going to be using some of the blue for that as well. We will be using some of the redder tones for areas like the lips, some of the shadows right where it meets the edge of the hair, the ears, and again some of the crimson, this dark kind of brownish reddish color for the glasses. So it's gonna be a little bit of an adventure trying to figure out what colors specifically we need to use, or rather what colors exactly we need to use. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start off first by putting a little bit of each of these colors on my palette. And I'm going to keep them separated from the blue. Blues, warms are going to go on that side. I'm going to put my, or rather cools on that side, warms on this side. Some yellow. Permanent yellow light. That's what this one's called. This is vermilion hue. This is Crimson Lake. So that one has a little bit of a purplish undertone, and I like that. That's going to be great for some of these areas that are in shadow. Now, this photograph looks like it was taken on a cloudy day. So we have this very nice diffused light that illuminates the face, and the shadows just gradually appear. There's no really hard edges, and that's going to be something that's tricky to paint in watercolor. This photograph looks like it was taken.
Katie, no, don't turn it on.
So we have this very. Okay, Katie's turning on the volume on the computer, and I don't want it to echo my voice. Anyways, this is our burnt umber. Our burnt umber. So there we go. Let's go ahead and start mixing colors and see what we can arrive at. So I'm going to start off with these lighter tones. Again, with watercolor, you're always working light to dark, and that's just the nature of the medium. I'll show you what I mean in a little bit, but you might be able to see on this. Let me just move this over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? No, that's very light. You can't see it. It looks great here, but so we've got a blue band across the top. Let me adjust the settings so that it makes it easier to see. Settings. Lower the exposure. A little more. Okay. See what happens if we turn the gain up a bit. No, I don't want that. Actually, let's turn that all the way down. Okay. So you can see as I was moving my sketchbook, well, you can't see it that close up. There you go. You can see it here. You can see a little bit of a blue band here. Let me show you up close really quick. It's not as dark as I want it to be. Okay, anyways, there you go. We can see it there. No, what are you doing? Webcam, stop it. We'll go with that. There, you can see it's a little bit of blue. Again, it's very light blue right now, but we will be adding more and more layers of the blue. Okay, coming back over to this setting. There we go. Now, as you work with watercolors, the thing to remember is not to confuse your drink with your water, and that's something that I've done before, so I don't recommend it. It's not that it tastes bad, but some of these paints and pigments can be dangerous. Some of them, the cadmiums, are carcinogenic. Okay, so we've got a little bit of the yellow there. Let's add some water. So as we start mixing our colors, it's important to remember to start with little bits of the color at a time. This is quite a bit yellow, quite a bit too much yellow perhaps. So again, this doesn't match anything on our painting yet, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a little bit of this vermilion hue. As you can see, it's quite orange now. Well, I don't know if you can see, but it's quite orange now. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, move it over to the side, add more water. I don't want it to be quite so saturated yet. It's going to look different once it's on the paper, however, so do keep that in mind. Let's take a little bit of this as well. There. So, let's see. Still looking a little bit too orange, so I'm going to take a little bit more of the Crimson Lake. As you can see, a little bit goes a long way. Watercolors will last you a while if you know how to use them. Okay. It's getting a little bit too red-ish now. So to offset this, or to counteract this, I'm going to take a little bit of the blue actually. Let's bring a little bit of the blue over. There we go. That's interesting. And I'm going to add more water. There we go. So now as you can see, I've got a, well, it looks different on the camera than it does here, but I've got a little bit of a, kind of a pinkish tone with just enough of each of the colors that if I, well, let's see. I'm going to put some of this here. So again, I'm building it up in layers, but that's looking pretty close to the skin. This photograph looks a little bit too on the cyan side, so again, I don't want to do it exactly as it looks on the photo. I'll take a look at the photo reference on the computer too really quick. Let me pull that up. Okay, so it does look a little bit yellower on the computer, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this, and that'll just bring a little bit more warmth into it. Again, I don't want it too yellow. That computer image might be looking a little bit too yellow. So again, it's my choice on what to do as I mix colors. Okay, so remember that when you paint it, it's going to appear a lot thinner on your paper. So I'm fairly sure that the camera cannot pick this up. Minimize it so I can see. Oh, actually, you can. You can see it right there. I'm impressed. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a little bit before I go back in and start trying to figure out other colors to add for some of the other shades. And I'm actually going to make a big swatch of this. The hair there. A big swatch of this on this side of the paper. And now for this, I'll remember, because I only have 4 colors here, a very limited palette, I'll remember that this is the yellow, the vermilion, and the crimson. So, however, if you have a very complex palette, you do want to keep track of what it is that you're mixing together. I haven't touched the burnt umber yet, but we'll work with what we have. Okay, so let me clean out my brush, and let's go back to the blue, which looks like it's dried out by now. And this little pile of blue here, this little puddle of blue, some of the water will evaporate, and so again it'll get a little bit more concentrated, but I'm going to add a second coat of blue. This time it's not going to go quite all the way. I'm going to stop it right there so that I get a good feeling for the different levels of value and saturation or chroma, if I decide to go with this one, which I think I will. It's looking pretty good so far. Okay, so I'm going to let these dry now again, and I'm going to start working on the colors for the hair. So I'm cleaning my brush. And for the hair, I think I'm going to start out with a little bit of this yellow with some of these colors already mixed into it. Again, I want some warmer tones. And then I'm going to add some of the, what is it, burnt umber. I knew it was a burnt something. There we go. And already we're getting something quite nice. There we go. So we've got a little bit of the yellow, vermilion, and burnt umber for this part of the hair. So I'm going to take some of this, and again I'm going to make another swatch here. There we go. So that's looking pretty good for those light colors, especially for the really bright areas. As I look at this, I'm thinking that I might want to add a little bit of the blue as well. I'm going to take a little bit more of this blue, make a little pile here. And this will be to cool down some of the colors through here. There we go. There we go. So this is with that same color with a little bit of the blue added. I'm going to make a little swatch right here. It's looking a little bit green on the paper, so I'm not sure if that'll work or not. So this is why I do this, so that I don't ruin my painting, my final painting. Okay. So I'm going to let these dry for a little bit, and I'm going to keep working on my palette, on getting the swatches ready, seeing what the paints do. Again, I think it's very important to get this done so that whenever you actually start your painting, you won't have to start it over so many times because you made some horrible mistakes. But yes, I'm just going to keep working on this. Feel free to hang out and watch. But this is probably where I'm going to stop the video. That's a note for me. Cut. And so that's this is going to be where I'm going to stop, edit it, and then we'll see what happens. Because I'm just kind of winging this. Maybe future videos I'll plan out a little bit more what I need to do. But with this one, I'm just kind of winging it. So I'm hoping that whoever's watching, the one person that's watching, is enjoying this. Anyways, I'm going to put on some music while I keep working. And I'm going to drink some tea. Let's see. It's a little bit colder today too, so it's going to take a while for these to dry. I guess I could fan them. Let's see. Do I have to fan them? Sure. Oh, that's why it's moving. It's because I'm moving the desk around. Okay. There's moving by itself. Who's watching though? I'm wondering, because I posted this on Facebook, and one person always pops in. One person. Sometimes I have two people. So this is exciting. Waiting for paint to dry. Kicking the table. So as I said, patience. Patience is very important, especially with watercolors. With acrylics, oils, you can just mix it right in, work impasto. But with watercolors, you really need to let these layers dry between each of the coats of the paint. It'll both give it a little bit more of a more vibrant feeling to the it will also be a lot easier to work with if you have patience. So, patience, patience, patience. Now I'm just listening to the music and waiting for this to go. So I'm gonna keep working on this, edit. I'm gonna end the stream here, because I don't think it's exciting for anybody to watch somebody watching me draw. So thank you very much for stopping by. If you're watching this, I'll keep working on this and I'll come back next time that I have this done, both for the video and for the stream. Thank you all very much if you're watching this live. I do appreciate it. Thank you. So long for now, though. I'll see you next time.